and welcome back to the final segment of our show this morning, where we're going to be discussing an ancient game, a traditional pastime for the Mayas of yore, Marlene. All right, so that being said, we have with us Nelson Blanco. Good morning, Nelson. And Felicita Canton. Good morning. And they're both from the Ballam Belize team, and they participated recently and were successful in the Puck tournament in Mexico. Begin by talking to us about this ancient game, because a lot of Belizeans, I'm almost certain, don't know what we're talking about here.
Very true. This is a game played by the Mayas here in Belize. Proof of that is that we have courts in Lamanay, we have it in Xunantunich, we have it in Cajalpech. Okay, that's history. When British and Spaniards came, they tried to take away all that was for us. So then this game disappeared for over 500 years. However, myself being a passionate cultural activist, I knew about this game. I was interested, and they say that what you want, the universe gives you. So I was blessed. My friend in Merida, he gave me a call and he said, Felicita, you want to take part in this Copa Mundial. Copa Mundial. I was kind of shocked, and I said, tell me about it. He said, Puck. Well, I said, I know about it, but just through reading. Nothing really, nothing physical. So he said, we are having a tournament, and we call it Mundial because it will involve all the Mundo Mayas countries. So I said, of course, we want to be part of it, but we are at zero. So he
How
said,
long ago was this?
that was 2 years ago, in 2015. So my friend said, if you can organize the boys, I am willing to go to Belize and teach you. Wow. So I said, this is what I had been wanting. So I organized the boys, and luckily they embraced the idea also.
So one of my first questions is just the ancient, it was called the Maya ball game, and we've seen it, you're right, when you visit one of the Mayan sites, you see the ball court, and it was always, even as kids I remember trying to figure out, how did they play ball in here? And so much of what we've come to learn through archaeologists and research into our cultural history has been able to set forth the full idea or understanding as to how this game was played. Tell me what it was like when the trainer came in and you had to recruit players to say, well, come play this ancient game, wear that specific uniform and participate. What was that like to get the buy-in?
It was, as I said, whenever you want something, you don't find it difficult. There are little problems, but then you go over it. So I recruited the boys.
And they all said yes immediately?
Most of them. Because like my family said, tú estás loca. Tú crees que esos muchachos, okay, in English, you are crazy. You think the boys would want to play that game? To dress up with just this little piece, almost half naked? And I said, yes, they will want. So the boys, they have Mayan blood running through their veins. So when they heard this thing, and depending on the way how you sell them the idea, they embrace the idea. So my friends came, but then where are we going to practice? The only place that we have to practice is our basketball court in Yo Creek. And it's a very rough basketball. And so when they came, they brought a sample of the suit that they're going to wear. Oh, I said, this is exciting. So they stayed with us one weekend.
Okay.
And then he said, okay, I will come back in a month's time to see how you are improving. So I even got a coach, Mr. Menalio Novello, he is our coach, and 10 boys.
So Nelson, tell us how the game is played.
Well, basically, you can see the size of the ball.
This is the ball.
Yeah.
Now, this is a solid rubber ball.
Yeah. And you can see the difference. We've recently started in Yo Creek with a female team as well.
This
And
is the female
you
ball.
can see the size. This one is for the males. It's a little bit much bigger in size. But basically, you can only hit it from the knees, 3 fingers above the knee, all the way to the waist. So, and it's a back and forth game. The one we participated recently, the court was much smaller than what we were used to. But we adapted to it pretty quickly. And for this one, there's a complete different rules for it.
Okay.
So, for example, if you, in this tournament that we participated, if the ball hits you in the feet, hands, upper body, or you sit down on the ball and the ball doesn't continue to roll, then you lose a point. So basically, it's a back and forth game.
So you had to maneuver it between that specific
Yes,
area.
yes.
How do you score points?
Basically, as you go committing the fouls, the team that is basically causing the fouls, a point is awarded to the team that didn't commit the foul. And if there's a line to the back of the other team, so if you manage to cross the ball over that line, you will get 3 points for that.
Okay, so there is like a goal or
Yes,
a
there is.
touchdown. Or
Yes.
what is it called?
Well, basically, when we went for the first one, it was worth for 5 points initially, and they called it a raya, a line. So once you
A
passed
raya.
it, you get awarded those points.
Okay.
How
This is from the competition?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's the way the ball is being played. It's ancient long ago. But nowadays, that's us there. That's the Belizean flag.
That's
Oh.
right.
You were saying nowadays? Yeah,
Nowadays, they do not have the circle up there. It's just the
line.
rayas, the lines. However, we at Yo Creek, we still have this
Ring.
circle,
Wait,
the
so
ring.
you try to bounce that rubber ball from your hip through that
Through the ring.
ring?
Yeah, it's basically the ring is supposed to be around 6.5 feet up in the air. So you have to really time it, and it is possible. We have done it a
The
couple
boys
of
do it.
times.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
do it. They cross it through the ring, and everybody gets excited. Yeah.
Wow.
So
What has this process been like for you? How old are you?
I am 23.
What is this process like for you as a young man going back to play this game that, it was played by our ancestors centuries ago?
Well, initially when I first found about it, I was curious. I wasn't one of the first players to actually sign in. It was actually my neighbor, who is one of the players, Eric Cal, who actually mentioned it to me. I decided to go out in the court one night and started seeing how they were playing, and I started getting involved ever since.
Okay.
But for me, it's like an honor to actually try to bring back some of my culture.
Yeah.
And also, when we go out there and participate, we don't only participate for ourselves, but we know we want to leave the country up high too. So, for example, for the first tournament when we went, we only had 2 months and a half practice, and we played against 2 Mexican teams, 2 Guatemalan teams. Basically, one had 7 years, 5 years, 2 years, and 1 year practicing. So we would say the rookies coming with just 2 months and a half practice. And we were pretty proud because we ended up placing in 3rd place. We
Wow.
managed to beat the 2 Guatemalan teams.
Yeah.
And
Which is very important for you guys. We have been told that behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That when you go out, you want to beat Guatemala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like the idea of the revival of this sport. From a cultural perspective, how do you guys now, as a player and as an organizer, the PR person, and a founding member of the Belizean team, How do you guys now take this to the rest of the country? Let's say to southern Belize where there is a healthy Maya population. How do you guys now cross those lines?
Now, we were taught this game, and we said, okay, we have planted the seed. We want this to flourish, to grow. So we are willing to go to the south and teach our Mayan brothers. However, this is a very expensive game. When I say expensive, I mean this ball, the least I can get it for is $1,000.
Oh wow.
The least. Sometimes they sell it for 20,000 pesos. So the least that I can get it is for $1,000.
Because it's all rubber.
Yes.
It takes a long process for them to actually build it as well.
And then
The suits, I think they cost us, each suit was for around 150 Belize as well per suit. So
because it's leather.
Okay.
It's leather. So this is the suit. The boys there.
Well, we have
Now-
it up on screen so they can see
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
It is very expensive because we can go and teach our brothers in the south, but then after we teach them, we leave them without a ball. So
How will they continue?
how will they
Yeah.
continue? They cannot even use the grapefruits because grapefruits are now expensive to practice. So we are.
You still want to teach them, yeah.
If we can have sponsors to sponsor the balls, we want this to grow. We want whole of Belize to do that.
and we have been passing it
That's
by.
one of our boys.
Yeah.
Passing it by, but in ways that we have been doing presentations for other
Yeah.
communities. For example, we have been to Sokots. They have invited us this year to go to Benke, and also for the Cacao Fest, which we plan to actually go to those events as well, so that the people
Wow.
become more aware that this sport is actually
Yeah.
alive in Belize.
Nelson, let me ask you, because I know a lot of people at home are probably wondering, did you hesitate to play the game because of the uniform?
A little bit, and younger generations today, they wouldn't want to dress like that. They would have tried to bring it down. They would say, you will be dressed like that. And but at the end of the day, we decided to do it. We committed ourselves fully, and we've been doing it ever since.
What's
Sorry.
happening there?
Yeah, I was just about to
the
ask.
temple.
That was Teotihuacan, Mexico. That was where we played the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's so many cultural elements that I see from, some of these players are even adapting what was the traditional hairstyles and the jewelry and the painting. We saw a drummer as well. I'm assuming you're being blessed with copal?
Yes, the copal.
Yeah.
Describe that experience.
Well, it's a whole different experience actually going and interacting with their own culture. And you can see that in Mexico, culture is very alive, especially in small communities like where we went to. And they treated us just like their own, whereby every ritual that they did, they actually involved us, caldos front. That, for example, that was a blessing that they were doing for the team, for good luck as well. And it was a pretty cool experience. These guys, they even invited us into their homes, gave us their own traditional foods, and tried to teach us a little bit of how they interact with each other right there.
And you won the competition. Congratulations. So talk about who you competed with.
Okay, this tournament was a national tournament. It was between, I think, 8 teams in Mexico.
Okay.
We played against the hometown. We played against the hometown Teotihuacan. So, and then we beat Teotihuacan. The other games were between
Mexican.
Mexican teams.
Yeah.
Quintana Roo, Yucatan, Sinaloa, Tabasco, Chiapas, eight. But then what we did was beat the hometown.
The
Yeah.
hometown was basically being prepared just to actually meet against us. So we prepared to actually go and actually beat them in their own hometown, and we managed to do it. The game ended 36-20, so we had
wow.
36 points.
And you're wearing your medal. Can you
Yeah.
hold that up a little bit so we can see? Yeah.
Eh.
I love that there is not one opportunity missed to include the cultural aspect. Your medals, obviously, we're seeing part of the process. Even your trophy, which we have in the middle here, it is all very representative of the Mayan culture.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wish to add that it was not easy. It was not easy for us, especially the weather. It was extremely cold. The first night, the games had to be postponed for the second day because of the extremely cold. The altitude was also against us. Players can tell you it was very difficult for them.
Yeah, the altitude had to play a lot. We basically a little bit of running that we did, and we were already feeling heated up, short of breath, and the cold weather was also affecting us. So we thought it was going to affect us in the game, but we managed to do a strategy whereby we weren't forcing ourselves as much. And the strategy ended up working for us, and we ended up doing pretty good in the competition.
So you beat the home team.
Yes.
And how established is that team?
Oh, they're there for years.
So it shows our natural talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, we played against not only against the team, but against the viewers. We were the only ones from Belize there, 8 people there against hundreds of people. So I really,
It was a very proud moment.
Yes, I really need to congratulate the boys and our coach, who really did a good job.
Well, I think this is one of the coolest things I have seen
In a while.
for a while. And the minute we found out about it, we wanted to get you guys here to tell us a bit more. You spoke about starting a female team. What are the plans for? And let me get it's Ek. How do we pronounce it?
Ek Ballam.
Ek
It
Ballam.
means black jaguar
Black Jaguar.
in Maya.
Yes.
Maya Yucatec.
So what are the plans for Ek Ballam?
Okay, right now we have an international game again. That's the female going to Tabasco. So that is in plan. Plus, for the male, we have the Mundo Maya that is going to take place in Guatemala this year. They will be the host country. And then we also have another game coming. This is international also in Panama. And Ballam is making history.
You're the first team
Yes.
in all of Belize.
Yes, the whole of Belize. And we really want this to grow,
Yeah,
especially in the southern districts.
absolutely.
See, we really want it to grow. Well, we have done our share. We have planted the seed, and then we are willing to go and teach them.
Yeah.
It's commendable.
Wow. So, I think this is awesome. Is it very competitive to be a part of the team in New Creek now?
Just now, because of all this thing that happened, we have players who are willing.
Yeah.
Yes, and but even for the persons who want to join, we see a lot of younger kids starting to approach us. But we have to ask them to not be afraid, because you felt the weight of the ball. They start off good playing, but once we start to kick it up a little bit more, they play it a little bit more intense, and they might hit it once in a way that it might hurt them, and some of them decide to stop. But we still have some younger kids who are still coming with us, and we encourage this because we wouldn't want to be the first ones and the last ones also. We want it to continue.
It's not only hitting the ball. I see the amount of time you drop to the floor
Yes.
to hit the ball, which for me just looks painful, but I guess that's part of the skill set that you have to have.
Yes, recently we had another trainer coming before this tournament, and he was teaching us a few different moves of how to hit the ball. And as you can see, the field in which we played there is pretty much made out of dirt, which is something which we weren't accustomed to either. We were accustomed for the ball rolling easier in the concrete field, and we had to actually adapt ourselves to that field there as well. So each place that we have visited to actually has a different different type of field. So we have to basically adapt ourselves when we arrive there to the conditions and to the actual environment we're gonna be playing in.
Do you play other sports?
Soccer,
Okay.
football.
How do you compare the two? Which is harder? Which is
I would say this is harder.
yeah.
It's a
It looks
more
harder.
it's a more intense game. It's a back and forth game, and it takes out a lot of you. And the injuries that you can sustain in this are far bigger than what you might sustain in soccer.
I was about to say I will try to hit it once, but you're speaking about these injuries, and now I'm a little bit nervous.
You may break your hip.
Once you hit it good, everything is okay. But
So you want to hit it from above the knee to the hip.
to the hip.
Right. And it's just throwing it. When you start the game, how do you start the game? You throw it up?
It all depends. When we first start the game, it's the first 2 points. It's gonna be thrown in the air, and then as the first 2 points are gained, you go 2-2. 2 points,
Okay.
2 points. So 2 are in the air, 2 you have to roll the ball in the ground. So it's all depends.
Okay. Well, I don't want to risk any injuries. There goes that idea. But your females will also be playing in your next international competition.
Yes, yes.
That'll be something to see as well.
Because they at the beginning, when the boys started to play, the girls approached me and I said, Miss Fel, why don't you begin a female team? And they even accused me of being what's the word?
Sexist.
I only it's just man thing. There's a word for that. So I said, wait. So since we got the ball, and they're there and they're willing, so even though the first exercise, they still have the pictures, the photos, they're bruised.
I
But
could
after
imagine.
that, they get used to it.
Did women used to play traditionally as well?
Yes.
Well, we look forward to seeing that as well. Now, if somebody wants to perhaps support the team in their undertaking, how do they get in touch? Or if they want to approach you to train a specific community, how do they get in touch with you?
Right now we have a Facebook page where they can get in contact with us, and I have my number.
Oh, there it is. Belize ek Ballam Pok
Yes,
team.
that's the where they can get in touch with us, and we would really be willing to help anyone who is willing to learn.
Okay.
And also, this venture, this last one we almost never made it because of finance. You know, to travel from here to Mexico, it was not easy.
Yeah.
But whenever you have faith in what you do, go back again, the universe, there's enough for everybody. So we knocked lots of doors. We asked, we pleaded, we begged, and I can say Appel, that's they believed in us, and they were the ones who sponsored us. Atlantic International has also pledged to help us because we still have lots of bills to pay. So it was not easy because I had to get 8 tickets to fly from Chetumal to Mexico. We had to get money for hotels, we had to get money for food, and it was costly.
Yeah.
But thanks to the boys, thanks to their wives, I have to say their wives who gave them permission to go, because I think 4 of them have wives, and they go alone, dressed like this, amongst hundreds of people. So thanks to them also, and thanks to the parents who allow their children to go. Thanks to our coach, Mr. Menalio Novello. And I would like to also mention the names of our other players.
Yes, please.
Yes.
We have some photos of the team. Maybe we can pull up and we can use that as a guide.
So that I can remember, because sometimes, I tend to
All right,
forget
let's
one.
use this
Okay,
one.
the first one to my left is Franz Novello. The one at the back is Didier Novello. The one standing proudly there is my friend Nelson. The one behind Nelson is Eric Cal. He's a teacher at
BHSA.
BHSA. And the one in the black suit, he came to teach us some more strategies. He is from Mexico. He is the national trainer in Mexico. And then we have behind him we have Jose Paul, and the one holding the ball is Hipólito Suchite, and then the others, well, they're the Mexican team. Yeah.
Well, congratulations to the entire Ballam team on being successful in your recent international game. But most importantly, you know, kudos to the players, to you, and to those within your community supporting this wonderful initiative. Bringing back, I think, what has been a part of the Mayan culture and making it a mainstay with today's generation.
You know that long ago when this game was being played, the players, the winners were sacrificed to the gods.
The winners of the game? Wow.
Interesting.
And that was an honor to be.
It was an honor.
It was an
Yes,
honor.
it was
Yeah.
an honor.
Yeah.
So if it was at that time, I wouldn't have Nelson here beside
Nelson, would you still play that?
No.
Fantastic, and we hope to see more. Do let us know when the female team will be traveling so we can get that experience with them as well.
Sure.
All right, thank you very much. We're going to go ahead and take our final break, and when we come back, we'll have our wrap up, so stay tuned.